What's up, faithful? Welcome back to You've Got Mail, presented by Delta Dental. I'm your 49ers team reporter, Briana Jeannel, and today I'm with Tatum Bethune. Tatum, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Happy New Year. We're recording this on January 1st. As you reflect on 2025, what are some of your biggest takeaways from that year?
Just where this team is going, man. A lot of people didn't expect us to be here 12-4. Man, and even me, man, Fred got hurt. I didn't really think I would be playing this much, and then I got the opportunity, man, and I just ran with it. So I'm living the dream right now.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But you've been preparing for this moment your whole life. So everything is coming into fruition, and it's so exciting to see all the success you've had on the field. You've literally just got out of practice. I see the helmet right here. Let's get into the fun stuff. You're going to wear the brand new Rivalries jersey this Saturday against the Seahawks. What excites you about wearing the new uniform?
Shoot, just because we in dark colors. My favorite color, black. I like being in dark colors. I think it fit me well, and yeah, I just like being in black.
Yeah, no, it'll be cool.
So it's almost like turning to that dark side for real this time. So yeah, I'm excited to wear it.
Yeah, it's fun. Even to see the guys just running around during practice wearing the black helmets is sick, because I haven't seen that in such a long time. It's been forever.
Black helmet, ski mask, black gloves.
I know, and it's going to be cold on Saturday, so everyone's going to be wearing the all black. It's going to look sick.
Yeah, I'm ready to have fun, man.
Yeah, before we started recording the podcast, we were talking about the college football playoffs. You got anyone this year? I know you're a Florida State UCF guy. There was big games during the New Year's Eve day.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I really don't want to say it on camera, but I went to Florida State, but I'm rooting for Miami. I got a lot of friends in Miami and seen a lot of guys that I went to high school with. And they playing very well right now, so I'm just hoping they go all the way.
Yeah,
at least a Florida team, they gotta win.
A Florida team's gotta win, and you're still loyal to FSU. We won't call any shots there, but you're from Miami. Tell me about what life was like growing up in Miami for a young Tatum. I know that your parents were also really involved with your football life, with your dad being your coach. What's life like in Miami?
My dad wasn't actually my coach. He was like 3 pounds older than me, but you could call him my coach, because after my practice, he'll call me over and tell me to get in with the guys that's 3 years older than me, and I think that's what made me the type of player I am now, just fast and physical, because like I was going against guys that was way older and bigger than me, stronger than me, and I was just out there holding my own. So, but yeah, I grew up in Miami Gardens. I stayed like 5 minutes away from Dolphin Stadium, and I went to a Little League park named Pembroke Pines Optimist. A lot of people know Nick Bosa, Pat Surtain. A lot of guys went there. Went to Miami Central. It's a powerhouse there, and it's a lot of big names there too. James Cook, Dalvin Cook, Willis McGahee, a lot. I've been playing on a lot of winning teams, man. I think that's where I got my leadership skills from, and I'm just trying to keep it going now.
It doesn't sound like you chose football. It sounds like football chose you.
Yeah.
Just growing up in that environment. What's it like being surrounded by such amazing stars as you reflect on it? Because you don't know at the time that you're across the field from Nick Bosa, who's going to be soon to be a first-round pick. But what's it like working with such elite athletes and growing up all together in the same area?
I feel like that's every little kid's dream. You know, like we want to have guys around you that's done it before, or getting ready to do it, and you know how it looks, and you know what needs to be done to do it. I can remember this like it was yesterday. I asked Nick, I was like, how do I get big, man? And they told me, eat 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches every night.
Every night?
Every night. I still remember that, man. And I just appreciate that whole Bosa family for just taking me in and allowing me to just learn from them and just shadow them. And it came a long way. Now we teammates. So
the Bosa family and the Bethune family are close, family friends?
Yeah.
That's cool. Tell me about your guys' relationship and what it was like growing up together.
Yeah, my dad and my uncle, they coached both of them, Nick and Joey. So, and then I was very close with their mom and their dad. And honestly, I was kind of a baby around that time. I only remember so much, but they through it all, through their whole journey and career, man, they always kept us involved. They kept my dad involved, and we just truly appreciate how they treated us, and it obviously made an impact on me, man, and just, yeah.
So what'd they all say when you got drafted here?
Man, it's crazy. I took a 30 visit here before the draft, and we told Nick's mom, and she was like, future teammates.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, this was like the last week of 30 visits, and I think the draft was like the very next week. And yeah, she spoke it into existence, so yeah, I'm just very appreciative of them.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Now, I know football is a huge part of your life, but for your family, so is education. I know both your parents work in education. So how has that shaped the way you approach preparation, accountability, leadership, all the qualities we see on the football field for you?
I'll just say just having that drive to wanting to get better. My mom, she didn't let me do anything football unless my grades and my work was done. So
Okay, so football was the treat.
Yeah,
you earned it.
Yeah, it was. I had to get my work done before I could do anything football related, and I loved football. So that was the first thing I get done, man. I try to do it before school even ended. I'd be on practice on time, but yeah, man, I'm just very happy that my dad and my mom. My dad was my principal in high school too.
Okay.
All 4 years, so. He was kind of on me then. I graduated like top 5% in high school. Yeah, I graduated college. Yeah, man, education has always come first, and my family was big on that.
That's awesome to hear. What's one lesson from your parents that shows up in your life every single day, even outside of football? You can, I feel like when you walk around, you can start to hear your mom's voice in the back of your head.
Yeah, my mom, she tells me before every game, make them remember your name. And I thought it was corny at first, honestly, but it actually stuck with me, man. And every time I step out on the field, I'm trying to make a huge impact, not only for the team, but just for myself. And I just want to thank God for allowing me to just be the person I am each and every day. And I just go out there trying to get better.
Amen. Yeah. Now, you spent your pretty much entire life in Florida, grew up in Miami. First stop was UCF, then FSU. What did each stop in Florida teach you about life and football?
You could get distracted. You could get easily distracted, man. And just being in Florida, it's a lot of beaches, amusement parks, and a lot of
beautiful.
Fun. Yeah. So you could easily get distracted, man. And I knew I had a goal ever since I was a little kid. I wanted to play in the NFL, so that's just what I stuck to. In high school, I used to wake up like 5 in the morning. My trainer would go work out and go to school. I'm fighting my sleep. Then go practice, work out again, man. And just, bro, it was truly a grind. And now that I look back at it, it's just like, it's paying off. And I was kind of lazy back then.
What got you, what was that moment that you told yourself you can do this to make it to the NFL and to make it to this level, because not everyone makes it?
I remember this moment because, like I said, I was lazy. So my trainer used to complain because I didn't really want to do the workouts for real. So he'll call my dad, and my dad was like, he sat me down. He was like, do you want to play football? Yes or no? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, so all this stuff that we're doing now is going to get you to where you want to be. And if you're not going to put your full effort into it, then I shouldn't be doing it at all. So as soon as we had that conversation, man, I just put it all into it. I ended up getting like first team all day in high school, and it started hitting off from there, and then I never looked back.
Wow. I love to hear it. Now you found yourself on the West Coast. Have you ever been to California since getting drafted?
No, not at all.
What do you think? What was the first impression?
It was a culture shock for sure.
Tell me about it.
I like the food. I'm from Miami, so I'm eating a lot of Caribbean food, a lot of Jamaican, Haitian food. Then get up here, it's a lot of burrito tacos and falafels. So it's something you got to get used to for sure. But like, I'm kind of glad I'm up here because I'm able to lock in a lot more. I'm away from family, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but like sometimes that's what you need to be able to just get to that next point in your life.
Yeah, sometimes space allows you to lock in and focus. And you've definitely been super busy this season, being elevated to that starting Mike linebacker role. So it's really cool to see. When you do get maybe a little bit of free time, say this Sunday after Saturday's game, what do you do to unwind? Do you like to play on the game? Do you like to adventure around California? Have you been to any beaches? What is Tatum doing when he's off the field?
I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't even been to San Francisco.
No, not really.
I haven't even seen the bridge.
No way.
I would love to go fishing. So if any fans see this, please give me some great fishing spots. When I'm in Florida, I go for bass, a lot of largemouth bass. But yeah, I'm usually on the game. I'm home, probably studying again, just because and Probably go on a walk.
You're locked in.
Yeah.
This is your area to get locked in. But Faithful, if you got any good fishing spots, I know there's a ton of really cool areas, especially around the Bay Area, to go fishing. I think also crabbing over in San Francisco. There's some fun things to do.
Yeah.
A little exploration.
Yeah, my brother up here now, so I probably have a chance to go do something with him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, talked about how your whole life was preparing you for this moment. When you think about all the hard work you've put in, that maybe you called lazy Tatum when he was younger, being able to lock in, finding yourself for an NFL team, working your way to the postseason as a starting role linebacker, what does it feel like to reflect on that you've gotten everything you've prayed for? What does that moment feel like?
Man, I'm just very grateful, man. Even like when I go back and watch film and see the type of plays I made, it's just like, thank you, God. Because Lord knows I couldn't have done that by myself, obviously. But, man, I'm just glad I had a great support group. My family was very supportive. They try to make it every game, even though it's on the West Coast, man. And they call me every week, just wishing me luck and make sure my mental is okay. And, man, I just do it to them. I feel like if I'm up here not doing what I'm supposed to do, it's a slap in the face to them because they put in a lot of effort and work into me to be where I'm at right now.
I love it. Well, we're going to transition into a bit of a fun part of the podcast. We're going to play a quick game. It's called the 2-minute drill. So I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock, and we're going to see how many questions you can answer during that 2-minute span. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Stopwatch is on. 2-minute drill. You ready?
Yeah.
And we're good. Early mornings or late nights?
Early mornings.
Film study or practice reps?
Practice reps.
Mm-hmm. You want to get out on the field.
Yeah.
Favorite Miami food spot?
Snappers.
What's your hidden talent?
Fishing.
What's one thing people would be surprised to learn about you?
I love fishing.
What's one word to describe this season of your life?
Epic.
I love that. What's something you're currently working on just as a person?
Being more social. Yeah.
I like it. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Calling or texting?
Texting.
Music or silence?
Music.
Always. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
I knew that
sure,
one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite pregame or game day meal?
An omelet, turkey bacon, cheese, peppers, spinach. I get a smoothie with that and probably some potatoes.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the best meal you can cook?
Steak. Nah, wait. I get on the grill a lot. Steak. Yeah.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Make him remember your name. Yeah, my mom.
What motivates you when no one's watching?
My mom.
Which teammate makes you laugh the most?
D. Winters.
Who's the best dressed on the team?
Saran.
And who controls the aux?
Demo.
I love it.
Demo and Spence. Yeah, Spence got it.
I love it. Favorite movie?
Friday.
We're got 10 seconds. What keeps you grounded?
Fishing.
I love it. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You did, that was a lot.
That was good.
I think we ran through pretty much all the questions. That's really cool. Awesome. You're on it. We posted a Instagram story and we've asked the faithful to ask you questions. So now I've got a list of questions directly from the fans, but the first one is pretty special and I wanted to show it to you instead of just telling it to you.
It better not be one of my parents.
Not one of your parents, but I thought this one was really sweet. Take a look at this. What do you see?
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner slid in the Niners DMs, and he asked Tatum, how do you become such a beast?
Man, wise words from Fred, man. You just got to eat healthy. Yeah, eat healthy. That's going to make you play good, strong on the field. I remember one time I had some ice cream. Fred was telling me a story about, I forgot the name he told me, but I was eating some ice cream. He was like, hey, man, why you didn't go get any ice cream? It's the night before the game. He was like, nah, man, I want to play good tomorrow. And then me, I'm a huge sweet guy. Like, I love sweets, ice cream, candy, whatever. And he was like, man, you want to eat sweets or you want to go out there and get a pick six tomorrow?
No way.
Yeah, he gave me advice like that, man. And just Fred is like a big brother to me. So A lot of stuff, my mindset, and when I got here, I learned that your mindset is everything, and he goes out there and try to be the best every day. So when he went down, I'm just trying to be a sponge and imitate the same things he's doing, and also just grow myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I totally understand not eating ice cream just the night before a game, but I feel like those long plane rides got all the team hooked with all the snacks because there's anything you could ever think of. What do you usually do on the plane? The gummy bears?
Gummy bears, for sure. Sour, regular. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my go-to.
Fun. All right. Now, Lucas on Instagram asked, what's your favorite part about playing football?
Hitting.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Yeah, hitting.
Well, speaking of that, we've got another question from Garrett, and he asked, what's your most favorite play you've ever done? So your favorite play you've ever seen of yourself?
It could be college, anything.
Anything.
My most favorite play, I say ACC championship game. It was a tight game, and they went all the way to the red zone to try to get a touchdown to win the game, and I ended up catching an interception, putting our offense back on the field, and we ended up getting a ring that night. So I just felt like a superhero.
Yeah, that's a moment
that's my favorite
that
play.
You dream of as a kid.
Exactly.
Really, I can't imagine what it's like to live that out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This one is really sentimental. It says, what's your why, personally and professionally?
I'll say my why personally is just my family. Like I said, my mom, my dad, they was there for me. They was there with me every step of the way, and they never looked back. And they also never second-guessed me. Mm-hmm. When I second-guessed myself, I was sometimes doubtful. And my dad knew I was different. He'd tell me every single time. So I'm just appreciative of that. And my why for professionally is just doing it for the guys that's hurt right now. They show a lot. They spend a lot of time in here, and they always surround when they don't have to be, honestly. And just we coming a long way, and we ain't get this far just to get this far. So
yeah, I love hearing it. You mentioned that Demo and was it Spencer that he's always on the aux. Those are the guys that are always on the aux. Yeah. But this question said, what's your hype song before and after a game? If you were on the aux.
See, before the game, during the games, I'm kind of like a hothead. So before the games, I like to ride. When I'm riding to the stadium, I calm down. Jeannel, Tory Lanez, Drake. I'm a huge like slow music kind of person. But when it gets towards the game, I got to turn on like Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Once the pads come on.
Yeah, I turn that on before every game, right before we pray, man, and that just put me in the mode every time.
I love it. Well, this one's funny because you just talked about ice cream, but Eli asked, what's your go-to ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Solid. Oreos, that's a classic.
Yeah.
And then I think this one is a fun one to end on, but what is your goal for the new year going into 2026?
Oh, that's a great question. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it is January 1st, huh?
January 1st. You're locking in. You're in the Bay. This is the area you lock in. What are your goals for this upcoming year? Doesn't have to be football, but for Tatum.
Yeah, I just want to be more social.
Okay. Yeah, what does that look like for you?
Man, just holding conversations a lot longer. I'm really to myself a lot, so I feel like now the profession I am, you got to be able to talk and hold conversations and meet new people. And that wasn't something I was used to. So, yeah, that's trying to get better at.
Well, for January 1st, I think this was a beautiful conversation. I got to know a lot more about you, about Miami, about your favorite ice cream, and what it was like stepping into a starting linebacker role during 2025 and how great that was for you. So I thought this was a very productive conversation. I'm sure the fans will think so also. So Tatum, thank you so much for opening up, letting us get to know more about you. And we're excited to watch you for the rest of the postseason.
Thank you.
All right, Faithful, thanks for tuning in to another episode of You've Got Mail presented by Delta Dental. If you want your questions featured in a future episode, make sure you follow the 49ers on Instagram to submit your questions. Now, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, SiriusXM, and your favorite podcast platforms. We'll see you next time, and go Niners!